Social anxiety can be a lot of things. It can be the fear of talking to people. It could be the fear of people always judging you. Or it could just be plain distancing yourself from people. But put simply, social anxiety is just the fear of people. Before you diagnose yourself, there are two things that you need to know. One, shyness, and two, social anxiety disorder. Now, shyness is just a personality trait, something you might have been born with, and your creation, and your parents might have given it to you. But social anxiety is a mental disorder. It's something you might have gotten from a traumatic experience. Shyness might keep you from talking to people, but anxiety will completely inhibit your ability to communicate. For example, shyness might hold you back from, talking to people or performing in front of a bunch of people, but it won't stop your ability to do that, to act, while social anxiety will completely hold you back and you won't want to do any of these things. The confusing part about these two was that in my research, these two things kind of sort of blend together and blur the line of what is a disorder and what is a personality trait. According to my research too, it could also be extroverts can have social anxiety, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me because social anxiety is the complete inability to communicate or the complete fear of people. And that's not what extroverts are. And also apparently it's a growing problem that more and more people are starting to grow with social anxiety. But I feel like this term of social anxiety is just being loosely used. Not it's not a disorder that a lot of people are going through. It's more of like a common shyness that people are going through due to isolation, and COVID was a big part of that. So I think that's all we have, not a mental disorder growing. Social anxiety can be given also in many ways. Like you could be born with it, meaning that it's just in your genes and that you inherit it from your parents. You can learn it through your parents by them. Like if you're a shy child, for example, they could overprotect you from being shy and just let you cultivate that shyness, and it eventually grows into social anxiety. As of right now, it seems like social anxiety can only be cured through medications, therapy, or self-help, which I would mean in like making an effort to become more social and not giving in to your anxiety. The reason I felt I had to do research on social anxiety was because I don't know, I'd always felt like I had social anxiety in high school because I could never really, for 3 years maybe, or for my last 4 years, I had never really made friends. I'd always had a hard time meeting people. Not just meeting people, but talking to people. Like with anybody, I'd always struggle. I'd always have a shaky voice. I'd always be sweaty and nervous. And I'd always be afraid to talk. But now I can confirm that I do not have social anxiety because I have been to the senior retreat from high school, which has completely transformed me. I prayed to the Holy Spirit that He would fill me with His breath and speak through me. And that's exactly what happened. On the last night before we were going to leave, I just, something happened to me, and I felt like I could speak all my thoughts, and I felt not scared to talk to anybody, not afraid to open up at all. Just like a window, pretty much, seeing through both sides. I can 100% confirm now that I do not have social anxiety because I'm no longer afraid of talking to people. But I honestly can't really say that I ever did have social anxiety because there was always the ability to be able to, and I was able to have good friends. So it's not that I was scared of people, but I kind of isolated myself after the first year of high school because I kept telling myself, I can't make friends with these people. And they proved me wrong. I met a lot of nice people at that retreat. I felt not only included, but wanted there. If you are lonely, you will find somebody, and that somebody will mean a lot to you. And maybe that somebody will bring you to a group of people, and then from there, you find your own people. So, it's not that you're not social, it's just that you haven't found the right people yet. So all it is just a matter of time.